Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Kristen at Uncover the News. Hi, Linda B. Bit of a shock rippling around the Democratic circles with the loss in Virginia. I did a post-mortem on it yesterday, and I didn't tell it was doing something else with somebody, and we did a post-mortem on it yesterday, and yeah. There are a few things that they undervalued the contribution that it would make to a campaign. A couple of the situations like that. Text message. Hi, Renee. Yeah, I know my Optus bill's getting paid, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, some very interesting happenings. Hi, Rosie Carrero. How are you? Trump court tomorrow to block January 6th. It's not going to work. If it does work, it shouldn't work. But, you know, surprise, surprise, things that shouldn't be happening have been happening. So, yeah. Hi, Renee. Giuliani seeks to block feds from getting 3 items of thousands seized under a search warrant. Well, that's just going to make them look closer at those 3 items, isn't it? I don't know how he thinks that's going to make much of a difference. Yeah, I'm still dismantling my workshop, my Halloween workshop. Oh, Eric Adams won. Okay, good. New York City Mayor. We'll have a look at how he's going to go as the mayor, New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Melvin Bragg will be district attorney. So Melvin Bragg will be taking over from Cy Vance. Really? DA to Manhattan. Well, Cy Vance is the Southern District of New York. Does that include Manhattan? Three items, hey? New Jersey as well. And a tight governor's race in New Jersey. But the Democrats won in New Jersey, didn't they? Yeah, Phil Murphy won in New Jersey, but it was pretty close. Hi, Pamela Bryant. Catherine Stubbs, hi. You forgot to eat dinner. What do you eat, darling? Mm-hmm. Hi, Ron. Police hold a gun found where dogged a bounty hunter. Search for Brian Laundrie. Why? Hmm. So, yeah, I'm not going to throw out accusations against somebody, but it's very suspicious that this gun was found in the area where he was looking for Brian Laundrie. But, you know. Yeah. Hi, Deborah O'Neill. No, justice will happen. Replacing Garland will not speed things up. Good news that little Cleo Smith's been found.
Okay. No.
Florida governor calls for election police force. What the hell does that mean? Hi, Bronx Sage. A new law enforcement agency to investigate election crimes as part of the new package of voting laws. Yeah, no, it won't happen. That's awfully loud, Bubby.
Yeah. Couldn't believe it. I'm having trouble finding my glasses. Hey, Kitty. Yeah, you're not coming.
They were on the bookshelf in the bedroom.
Did you give us a moment?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh. Blind in the back. But no, I had them off and then I put them down.
Why'd you take them off?
Oh, if I
You
knew
can't
that,
see without them.
If I knew where they,
Excuse me a minute, guys.
If I knew where I'd taken them off, I'd know where they were.
Oh, shit.
Oh man. Some days, eh? Oh. Blind is bad. There's an old pair. They'll give me a headache. I'll out and look for the other pair. Oh, broken. Interesting. Ooh, blurry. Oh, you found them.
Just look in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You can make me another coffee right now and then make it up for me. I'm almost ready.
Ready?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, we found his glasses. He can see again.
I'm able to make coffee.
No, I'm still drinking that one. Just
I'll leave it on fresh
mug. Okay. Will evidence be found? Virginia. Was there cheating? Tampering. Is it over? Hi, Pamela Bryant. Hi, Jay. Okay, well, let's have a look at things. Let's start off. So there's lots to. I did some unpacking of the Virginia election yesterday. It did end up very close, but there's worries that not all of the postal votes were counted. It doesn't make sense, really. One of the things that they were a little bit, the Democrats were a little bit too sure of when they shouldn't have been, is that they had enough of the votes in rural areas, enough to, they should have gone out. There's a couple of counties where they could have done more. I don't know what the counties are, but they could have turned them to at least purple. If not outright blue. And that would have helped make a difference. But for some reason, they just thought it's not worth time spending there. It's worth time going everywhere. in my unpacking of it yesterday, I said that there were a couple of counties where they could have done more. I think they just assumed that they were never going to get the votes to win there, but so they didn't bother with them, but they should have.
Oh, there you go, baby.
Yeah.
No, it's not a place. Down. Does that work?
That will be fine. Yeah. Thank you, sweetie. So, what does this mean? Is it really a foreshadowing? I think it's yeah. Yeah. So, was there cheating? So I'm going to unpack the question in 3 cards. I'm just bringing up a thing which has some spreads in it, okay? You tore your rotator off. Oh, my goodness. Just see if you tore it. Well, let's hope that it all goes well. Yeah. So let's have a look. So was there, the question here, true or false, was there cheating? The allegations of cheatings. Doug Ford. Hi, Renee. Ontario. Doug Ford. Raise the minimum wage above $15 an hour. Hi, Bronx Sage. Herc, I'd love to, Jay, I'd love to do a reading with you. But we'll have to sort of make it closer to, you know, my timeline. The one you sent out for the other night was like 3:20 in the morning for me. Way too early. So we'll exchange emails and figure out a time that suits us both, okay? Okay. Crazy Cat Lady Farley, hi. Let's see. The election. in 3 cards. The Virginia election guides at the highest truth and compassion, insight and objectivity into the question. False issue. What is the false issue? The false issue that it wasn't fair is that it wasn't fair and balanced. So was there cheating? Is there evidence of cheating? No. Okay. So the temperance card. I'm doing 3. Okay. So the real issue is, was it fair and balanced? And this is saying yes, it was fair and balanced. Okay, so this is 3 cards. I'm packing the election in 3 cards. Yes, it was fair and balanced. What is the false issue here? That everything is not as it seems with the false knight. Too romantic, too good a thing to be true. It was not a huge win. It was a pretty narrow win, but it was still a win to the Republicans. So the false issue is that there was cheating. It was fair and balanced. The false issue is, was there cheating or undue influence? What is the role of the American people in this election? Wanting things to come true and not able to accept that they haven't, but also Trump is crowing about this victory, but it's not the big victory he thought it would be. He was saying with MAGA he would have won by 15 points or whatever. That's not true. Made assumptions. This is the thing. It's the Democratic Party. They just made some assumptions, and this came up yesterday, that they would have no problem winning everything back. So the Democrats' role in this is that they just assumed that they had it all in the bag. They had everything they needed. As I said, in unpacking it yesterday, there were a couple of things that came out, including a thing that there are a couple of places they could have worked harder. Hi, Katie. How are you? It was a fair election. As much as I would like to say that it looks like there could be cheating, there's still a couple of things to be sorted out. Okay. I don't know if McAuliffe has conceded yet. Hi, Margarita Kanishi. How are you? Crazy cat lady, you're not having a best day. Happy birthday, Grandma D. Yeah. Yeah, it's never a good idea to assume a victory. So there were a couple of areas with a couple of counties that, if they'd have done a bit more, put in a bit more effort, they could have turned purple, if not blue. So, because it is a very rural state, he has conceded. How you going, Sheila? Harley girl, hi. So it was just an assumption that they had it all under control and that it was just going to be, this guy's just sitting back and enjoying things. So they sat back a bit, and they should have been going out and doing a little bit more work. It's annoying. It really is annoying that just from a political structure, coming from a different political structure, there's so many loopholes and all that. It's an annoying structure, yours. But you know, what are you worried about, Pamela Bryant? You're leaving the chat to watch on TV. Will not mandate vaccines for healthcare, so high vax rates and staffing concerns. Whew. Okay. Doug Ford in Ontario. Will he raise the minimum wage to above $15 an hour? Hi, 171 sign in. Hi, Grandmere D. Oh, to watch me on TV. Oh, okay. That's nice. I'm a star. I've made it. Hi, Hermit's Corner. I haven't seen you in a little bit. How you going? Yeah. Hi, Sylvie Peterson. Oh, I don't know, Sylvie. Sorry, I don't do things like that. Sorry, I don't do things like that. You know, predict games and things like that. So, you know, hi, Michelle Peterson. Michelle Peterson, yes. Hi, yeah. Yes, Cleo Smith was found. She was found in a house located just 2 minutes from the Carnarvon police station and only 7 minutes from her own home. And she looks well cared for, but of course, you know, she was there and kept there by a 36-year-old man, Carnarvon man. That's about all I really know. Never have to apologize for being late. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Oh, Doug Ford in Ontario, will he raise the minimum wage up to above $15 an hour? He's got the opportunity to. He definitely has the opportunity to. What is out of the hands? There's a lot of energy, momentum building behind it, the call for it. I mean, people should be recompensed for their work, and that's it. That's the issue here, is that demanding that they get recompensed for their work, and they should. So there's an opportunity to, and there's definitely a demand to with building energy. But is he going to take it up? And it would mean that people get their work. It's a crossroads for him. Has he, because it's a proven election, because this is, there's a province election next year. It's a carrot for votes planned. There's an end, cutting the energy down, support for it, despite the support. He will have to answer to the people if he doesn't do it. This is the opportunity for him to do it. But despite there being like the wake-up call with judgment, and he knows he'll get, a lot of the support he'll get depends on this. And he'll have to answer for the people. He doesn't want to do it. It's a crossroads. The opportunity is here for them to do it. It's a real crossroads moment, but in helping families, yes or no? Surprising news. Emotional news. I don't think he's going to do it. I hope I'm wrong, but I think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to bring it up, the $15 minimum wage. No, I don't think he's going to meet that. Okay. I've looked at Virginia. Melvin Bragg and Eric Andrews, New York City Mayor Eric Andrews. How is he going to go? Much to my shame, I don't even know what the minimum wage is in Australia, so I should look at that. Catherine, stop. Are you a writer, Catherine? It's all so romantic, sniff, until the monsters came. I gotta have a look. My curiosity is piqued here. So, My curiosity is piqued here. $14.35. What's the minimum wage in Australia? $20.33 per hour. No, 1984 an hour. But of June, up to and including June 30th, national minimum wage will be $19.84 per hour before tax. Okay, Eric Adams. Surf. A surf is basically peasant farmers under a feudal system. How's Eric Adams going to do as New York City mayor? How will he do? What good will come out? He's very good at management of juggling things and managing things, and so he's good at that. He's a good multitasker, as in being able to juggle all the different areas. He's very good at that. There may be families. How will he being the mayor affect things? We've got families here living their dream. So we'll have a bit of a closer look to that in a minute. Empress. What bad will come from it? What's the downside to him being mayor? We have the Empress. Cushioning effects. Juggling things and keeping schedules. He's a good, wise head. He really is. But he doesn't show everything that's got going on. He understands that there's two sides to being in this position. Families, good things, might be maybe being able to put a stop. Now we've got the Knight of Pentacles on top of the family things. Hi, Pam Norgan. But things could get a bit chaotic. So there's going to be sort of trying to slow down the cost of things for family. I think it's going to be a good thing from him for families. Make the place just a wee bit more so that make things easier on families. But not everything's good. I mean, there can't be everything good here. There's a little bit of chaos charging in. He might have to be dealing with a bit of a tower incident at some stage. It's got to be. He needs to be restrained. He's going to bring to an end. He's going to make some changes that are going to look a bit chaotic, and he's not very good at cushioning things. I think he's fairly blunt. Yeah, he's going to try and make things better for people who feel like they're being pushed out of their houses and all that. So maybe, hopefully, make things a bit more affordable or do something with some housing. But he's not going to be able to do. There's some areas where he just can't. That there's going to be displaced families and things like that that are already too far gone. But he is going to bring some things to an end. But there might be some confusion in the city at some time. We've got a tower for him at some stage in running the city, and he's got to learn to show a little bit more constraint. I think he has a tendency to charge ahead sometimes with some things without maybe cushioning, putting a cushion in or a buffer in beforehand. So there's good news for families, but there's also some bad news with some areas. There's going to. It's a big city. There are crises that are going to happen, but overall, I think he's okay with handling crisis. But if there's anything too big, he might find himself in a bit of a not quite sure where to go for a while. So, big hurdles. Will Adams leave the vaccine mandates in place? His intuition says he should. And he should hold his positions. I think for now he will, yes. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Now I have to apologise, Katie, for taking a phone call and stuff. Heavens. Okay. Melvin Bragg. Manhattan DA. If you want a reading, you can email me. Also, I do give lessons. I've got a six lesson course. You can do it your pace, really. You can do it weekly or once a week, or you can stretch it out a little bit. Yeah, so if you're interested in doing that and finding more information on what it's about, you can email me. It's quite a deep dive into the major arcanas and then into the different decks. Also looking at some interesting spreads and some different spreads. And we'll go a little bit into some ethics and also looking at a closer look at numbers. I've enjoyed putting the lessons together and I enjoy teaching them. So if you want to see a little bit more, you can go to my community page. There's a couple of posts out there, including the cost. I try to keep costs low. Yeah. Melvin Bragg. What good will come of him? He is not afraid to really shine a light on things. I've gone and stuffed the deck up. Okay, I've done it again. Hi, Viviane. I've gone and accidentally put reversals in the deck. I'm staying away from them for a little while. I'm letting the context dictate rather than the card. But yeah, I went and So we're going to look at Melvin Bragg. Must have only been, yeah. I put some cards in upside down. So I'll do this again. So, oh, Anne H, thank you. How are you, my darling? Thank you so much. Hi, I'm James. So, oh, the sun came out again. So I did a reshuffle and the same card came out for what good will come of Melvin Bragg being the Manhattan DA. A lot. He is not, it is a good card for him in that position. He's not going to be afraid to really shine things out and say, hey, you know, put a spotlight on this and say, this is something we need to address. There's going to be some debate. He's really going to kick things up. There's really going to be some more debate and maybe even some people in the district attorney's office going, what? But he's going to kick things up a little bit. And he does not give up on a case. He will continue to fight, but he's not afraid of a bit of argy-bargy. And his way of doing things is going to create a bit of argy-bargy. Thank you, M. James. Hi, Karen Bissell. Yeah. Yes, that's Karen Bissell. That's one of the things I unpacked when I was looking at the post-mortem on the Virginia election. There were a couple of rural counties they really should have made a bigger effort in. Now, what's not so great about him being in there, in the office, there's going to be a feeling, some people are going to be left out in the cold. I think he's going to he's going to make some changes. Okay. But also he feels like this is a chance to improve security in the city. But there's going to be some changes he's going to make that aren't that popular. He will work hard. He doesn't think he has the answers all the time. He's a perpetual learner, I think. And yeah. So he really is willing to learn more. He doesn't think he knows it all. He won't be afraid to reach out to former DAs and ask their opinion and stuff. yeah, he's going to strive to improve win rates for the DA's office. But he is also he will vindicate his election here. People might have some doubt, but he'll vindicate him being elected. It'll be a good thing with the Six of Wands. There's going to be some argy-bargy, and he's going to bring in. Okay, here's the thing about the results. He's going to bring in some. Some people are going to feel like he's turned their back on them, and it's going to be a bit of a long dark night of the soul in the DA's office. There are going to be some people who will be going, and it might be controversial, but in the end, I think it would be a good thing. But again, putting those people out in the cold, it's going to mean that putting those people out, it's going to be a little bit of a tough transition. Yeah, he definitely. He doesn't feel, like I said before, he doesn't feel like he knows it all. He knows, he's got a lot of wisdom, of course, but he knows that he's a very good strategist. We're talking about Melvin Bragg here in the Manhattan DA's office. Again, prosecution's going to be vindicated, and his prosecutors are going to be really brought up to scratch. That's what I've got. There's a double-edged sword to being a good prosecutor, and you have to be very strong. And he is definitely, like Eric Dove, is a good manager, but he knows that things have to change and that there's got to be a little bit more flexibility. So there are going to be some people who are going to end up out. Hi, Diane Lasorda. How are you? Yeah, there will be a bit of an overflow of emotion. But in the end, yeah, it's going to come out a stronger office. It's going to come out a stronger office. He's going to be making some tough decisions, and some people are going to be out on their ear, but only because they need to go. But overall, he's a good person for the job. He's a lifelong learner. He's not so conceited that he pretends to have knowledge about. He's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of areas, but he's not afraid to say, okay, I need to bring in a specialist on this or stuff like that. He won't jeopardize cases by just being conceited enough to say, well, I can handle this all on my own. I don't need specialist knowledge or stuff like that. That's not him. He's a lifelong learner. And his biggest concern is, yes, it's a political office, but it's all about truth and justice, I suppose. I almost said, and the American way, but for him, it's about getting to the truth of matters legal in Manhattan. So, yeah. Hi, Fern Robin Blank. How are you? Baby? Sweetheart? I thought I heard movement. He is unconventional. I will tell you that much. He is unconventional, and that can make some people feel like a little bit out in the cold or stuff as well. So, yeah. Not in what he believes in, or he's a lateral thinker, and because he's a perpetual learner, he's open to different ideas, but he won't do it if it's he's not so much of an egotist that he's going to do something so unconventional that just to stamp his name on a case and lose it. So it's more like he's not afraid to think outside of the box. And people might think, oh, well, but this isn't the way it's done. It's always been done that way. And he says, well, there's no reason here why we can't do it this way, you know. And he will do something that's outside of the box, but he's not so unconventional that he wouldn't make sure that it would fly first, you know. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, he's on the phone. Hi, Helen, sweet. Oh, the poor baby, the poor darling. Will he be okay? The tooth abscess? Oh. Yeah, I do think he'll be all right, Helen, sweet. But yeah, it's a horrible thing. It can get dangerous. Okay. It's going to take him a little time to recover, but I think he'll be okay. So yeah. Hi, sweet 68p. Okay. Let's have a look at the news feed. Oh, it's already up, that one. Is Youngkin's win a foreshadowing of what could happen in 2022. Abuse of power. Stealing elections. Constriction. Wow. So we've got the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. Don't let the vote be constricted. If you let people get away with it, yes. There are no cards with, will it be a foreshadowing? This far and no further. Change of perspective, suspension of efforts, dissatisfaction. They know that they can do better and that you deserve better. So those first 3 cards, I asked if they were a foreshadowing, and I got 3 no cards: 5 of Swords, 5 of 7 of Swords, and 8 of Swords. Now I'm asking again, 7 of Wands. This far and no further is what I get here with this card. It's a wake-up call. It's a shake-up call. It's a wake-up call for people. Like the ideas of it's a foregone conclusion has been turned on their heads. So it's a wake-up call for the Democrats with the hangman there. So things, they can't go on the way they are. They have to do better. Here's this guy, he's trying to stop. He's got his feet on 2 of the pentacles and he's grasping the other pentacles that seem to be floating away. So he really needs to, you know, work even harder to keep his lead. The King of Swords. I think they've gotten lazy in thinking that Donald Trump, they just leave Donald Trump running around. This dude, he'll do all the hard work for them by repelling people. But that's just laziness. The Emperor. Things will improve, but they need to do the work. They can't just sit there on the asses and accept, you know, they need to do more. They need to show more leadership. They need to get out there. This dude has his hand on a globe, which is a bigger picture as well. They need to look at the bigger picture. New partnerships, Page of Cups, surprising news. They really, really need to come up with more ways to inspire people. There's the fish. Sheila, I know you hate the fish. So there's the fish, and you know, they need to do the hard work. They need to reach down. This dude, he's holding out the cup like he's expecting the fish just to jump up into it. But the fish can only do so much. He can only jump so high. This guy's going to have to bend down and put the cup lower to the fish. So he's going to have to do more than just stand there and wait. Again. So if they get the assessment right, if they do things right, they really have to reassess everything they're doing. Complacency is never a good thing. Hi, Greta. Did I say hi, Mimi Rose? Yeah. Any more questions? You okay, babe?
Yeah. Oh, cameo just got me heading up and down.
Could you make me a fresh coffee?
What?
Could you make me a fresh coffee? US Federal Reserve to begin tapering pandemic stimulus package. Wow, interesting. Thank you. It's one of my favourite scarves. Hey, Baba girl, have you been annoying Daddy? Have you been making sure he knows who's boss? Yeah, you have. Mummy kiss. Oh, Mummy loves you. You're gonna be a shy girl. Let's move Yorick. We'll put him back here, so you can have a place to sit. Yeah, will we move Yorick and give you a place to sit rather than oopsie daisy? Okay. Now, let's see. Let's have a look at this story. Will Cinema or Manchin come round now? Oh,
for your third property?
You can make a decaf, babe. I don't mind.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like right. Oh,
Hi, Shelby, Lisa. Manchin Cinema. Will they come around now? Well, is it going to? Okay, is this election result in Virginia going to be a wake-up call to these guys? Manchin. Seven of Swords. That's reversed. So he knows he can't get away with holding things up for too much longer. So strength. He's been in a position of strength. He knows he can't get away with holding things up for too much longer. King of Pentacles. He's going to have to be practical. He has been practical, but now he's going to have to be even more so. Hi, Kathy's Guided Light Tarot. How are you? Nice to see you. And hi, Michelle Mabel. Ten of Cups. I get the feeling that he might be being courted by the Republicans. Secrets during the Ten of Cups. Change. Manchin going to do the right thing. Is he going to do the right thing by the Democratic Party? Oh, Seven of Pentacles. He's really got to have a good deep think about things as lovers. Make the deal with the devil. Knows he's got to face the consequences. He can't stop trying to put things off and make a change. Practical. And it comes down to it. It's all about them, isn't it? How to keep their seats. Hi, Jaleisha. Now he's going to have a Republican governor courting him as well. And it's only a matter of time before he possibly makes a change. Thank you, sweetheart. Thanks.
What? No.
Decaf. Yeah, I have to try that. Meditating for pain management. When I have done it, it has helped ease things a little bit. Yeah. Agendas, hidden agendas. The devil, I think he's Yeah, I'd love to be able to say he'll do the right thing, but they need to get this. They need to get this vote secured and done. Will he vote the infrastructure packages through? Emperor. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think he will. Oops. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think he will. I think he's feeling he's gotten as far as he's going to get with his restrictions and stuff. But we've still got a Tower moment here. Shift in perspective. Online battle. Some secrets coming out. Restriction. King of Swords. You might have some legal battles coming up. They're not shouting their accomplishments hard enough, and they're not pushing them, and they're not getting the message up. They have to be louder and more aggressive than the other side. Cinema. Yeah. I think there is a chance that Manchin is going to go Republican. But I think hopefully they'll get what they need out of him before he does that. Cinema. Cinema is a good example of what happens when, change for her, the end of something. When you put all your hopes into one political basket. King of Cups. Biden, the Emperor. Stability. The end of her for something. Corruption. Five of Cups. Loss. Oh my goodness. Three of Swords. Look, she's gonna. Heaven knows what she's doing there. She shouldn't be there. Abusing her position. Surprising news from the Biden camp. Five of Cups. Lost regret. Crying over spilt milk. They're just going to have to get on with it. She's got some surprising news coming her way. Ace of Cups. Hi, Ollie and DB. You can't rely on either of these people. And it shows the real importance of getting a clear majority and being more careful with who you choose. In slowing its stimulus program is flooding in. Powell is very careful not to make any missteps today, sticking carefully to his script that their focus is on tapering, not raising rates. Oh, I'm really sorry you've had a bad day. You've been suffering with pain. Steve Bannon. Has he been brought in yet? Indicted yet? Because I've heard nothing about it. Be up to what day? 11, 12. The Senate Republicans block the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. That would be right, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's see. I've got my eyes closed. Yeah, you go rest, Renee. What is going on? Is there going to be a turning point back towards better times? Is there going to be a turning point with all these Republican shenanigans? The Emperor here. Stability. A real need for a return to stability and security. Need for sterner prosecution. This is Trump. When is there going to be a turning point back to sanity and a new start? I asked the question, when is there going to be a turning back towards better, more stability? We've got the Emperor. That's the question we're asking. We've got prosecution with the King of Swords, and we've got the Fool for a new journey, start of a new journey. And this is one of the Fool cards where the dog is actually chasing the Fool off the cliff. You can see he's got his teeth sunk into his sock there. Is this lack of strength and weaknesses? Oh, that's upside down. That's right. The whole deck's upside down. Okay. Strength. Very strong prosecution. Secrets coming out. Highlight of secret mechanisms. 9 of Wands. Defenses gearing up, getting their resources back in line. You're wearying you down, but you're not lost. You haven't lost yet. 7 of Swords. A new start away from fear and uncertainty. 7 of Wands. This far and no further. The Devil. A new energy. I think things will change when that first indictment is brought down against Trump, and it's going to be such a doozy. But until that happens, oh, yeah, I'm happy. Hi, Renee. I'm happy to take a bit of a break away from the politics for a reading. We'll have a look at something a little bit different. So, any suggestions on something that's not political that we can look at for a bit? Catherine, are you saying it's not my personality, my sparkling personality that keeps you watching? Hi, Julie Johnson. Hey, Cartomancy. Let's have a look at entertainment. Let's see what's going on there. Queensland has recorded 3 new locally acquired cases of COVID. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a look at something something a little bit different. Sometimes we need to lighten it up a little. What happened to Atlantis? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. What happened to Atlantis? Let's have a look at this. Look at the Tarot of 1001 Nights. Wonderful low Scarabeo deck. Tarot of 1001 Nights. Great deck. What happened to Atlantis? For clues to Atlantis. What happened to Atlantis? Oh yeah, he could come swimming in to save me anytime. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah. No, sometimes I think I'm going to start every session doing a couple of little different things as well. What happened to Atlantis? Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. The thing about the 5 of Pentacles is that you might be out in the cold, but there's a beacon. So this guy, this is an old dude, and he's sitting there, he's on this cold bench, but there's people here who are coming to him and perhaps offering their help. And they're offering their help. And there's a beacon. So it's like people, a lot of people moved. They sort of like the opportunities and the prosperity of Atlantis was drying up and drying up. Sausages? Sausages? I love sausages. A sausage snizzle. So what happened to Atlantis? See, there's we can give you settle. So really, there's an out in the cold. So it was out in the cold. But there was a beacon saying, you know, we can do more elsewhere. Temperance. Imbalance. Waves, ebbing, tiding. I do feel that I'll certainly, I'd love to do a mystery theatre with them. Yeah, I'll get on to Scott about that. What is the snossage? Snossage. Is it sausage or sausage? Temperance, waves, ebbing, flowing. I do feel there was definitely a wave. And I mean, I do feel that whatever this city was, it wasn't called Atlantis. Atlantis during its existence. It was sort of given that later. Um, there was an actual city. The emperor, stability. I do feel it was taken in a seismic event. The emperor, stability, reversed instability, and we've got the waves, the ebb and flow of temperance, upset temperance. I think it was probably taken out in a tsunami. But a lot of the people had already, Eight of Pentacles, they'd moved on. There were still some people left, but a lot of people had already moved on. It was like the activity was getting too much. But there are always people there who think that their ego, their oh, it's not going to happen to them. Queen of Wands. Yeah, the instinct again. A lot of the population had already gone by then. There were a lot of artisans and everything, and they'd already looked to new areas, so they were feeling like this is not. I feel like it was starting to get cut off. I feel it might have been on a peninsula or something, and it was starting to get cut off with waves and stuff. So people had already started moving to the mainland and stuff. A lot of artisans and hard work. There was I think there would have been some pretty famous schools of learning, places of learning there. Four of Wands, new homes. And of course, yeah, because of the instability, a lot of the people had just moved and they'd made new homes with the Four of Wands. Nine of Swords, anxiety, building anxiety, building anxiety. So a lot of people had already left. Harmony. Strength. Harmony. Harmony. I think this may be one of those cases where one of these decks where the Strength and the Justice card have been swapped around, which happens sometimes. And so, yeah, they were really starting to feel most of the population had already left. And it was a disaster, and the place was pretty well wiped away. I think it was maybe a combination of rising sea levels at the time, but also some seismic disturbance, which it's just the earth, regardless of what happens to people above the earth, this cycle with the volcanoes and seismic activity, it's nothing we can control. Yeah. So yeah, I think it was sort of given a legendary status after it was gone. I do think it had some very fine places of learning, and that in an advanced learning. But I do feel that most of the population had already gone when it was wiped away. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Melinda, how are you? Please look at my last upload. Oh, please look at What, the one from Tuesday or because I took down the Halloween one because I have to take a little bit out of it when I can get the thing working. Oh, that. Yes, that thing. Yeah, it's like 12 seconds long. Yeah, what happened is I was setting up the workshop for Halloween, and I didn't realize that people had tuned in and were watching or were waiting for it to happen. And then I went off live because I saw a couple of names, and I typed in, I'm not live, and then I yeah. So I don't know what happened there. Yeah, the Halloween one, for the moment, I will upload it again. It's just that, I got pinged for the Nutbush City Limits. So speaking of Nutbush, I do have to send Human Generic a 3-card Oracle reading. Yeah, but I will, once I get it sorted out, I will reload it. Yeah, no, I'll take that thing down. I just got to go in and take it down. It's hang on. That 12-second one, yeah. 14 seconds ago. Yeah, delete recording, delete broadcast, delete it on YouTube. So yeah, that was just an accident. So Atlantis was a seismic event, but most of the population had already left. So yeah. $1 a.m. Danny. I might see about staying up for Danny's thing tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes. It's 1 a.m. in the morning for me, so we'll see. Okay. What else can we look at, guys, that you want a little bit of a change? Yeah, let's take a bit of a change from politics. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Question, will the Senate hold it up once they get it? Get what? Because they've already voted down the John Lewis Act. Well, yeah, it was. I do think it was part of the 6,000 years ago, the sea levels rose naturally. And I do feel it was part of that. Yeah. But also it would have eventually, it was already being cut off from the sea level rise, and people were moving because of that, and also because of the rumblings. So it was a mix of things, and yeah. Hi, Jay. From a Santa postcard photo shoot. He had a costume malfunction. I'm not even going to ask what got flashed. Okay. Will the Senate hold what up once they get it, Katie? Guided light, yeah. Oh, Kathleen at Guided Light. Eating dinner. You can eat dinner while you're watching me. Chris left Aussie speechless. I have no idea what that's about. I've got the entertainment thing on. Tom Hanks is has released another movie about one man alone making his own friends. I love Tom Hanks. He's a wonderful actor. But I just thought, it's another Castaway sort of thing. But I do love him. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor. But a lot of his movies aren't. I love The Burbs. I acknowledge he's a wonderful actor, absolutely wonderful actor, but a lot of the movies he makes just don't really, they're not my sort of movies, but yeah. So we're taking a wee bit of break from politics for a little bit. Anyone got a suggestion? I'm good. I'm just having a look for something that's a little bit more not so politicky. Oh, the caldera. Will Yellowstone erupt? Let's have a look. Yeah, but what are we talking about with the Senate passing something guided light tarot? Because I've missed the question and I can't go back and find it. Will the Senate pass it also? Pass what? Has the House passed something that the Senate is waiting for? Because I couldn't find the question. So, will Yellowstone erupt? I should dress my 12-foot skeleton as Santa and have 5-foot skeletons dressed as elves. I love the idea. Why not keep them going? King of Chalices. Ripples in the water. Empress. The world. I mean, yeah, I think it will be, there will be an eruption there. And it will have quite an impact because we've got 2 major arcana cards. So I mean, the increased activity, temperance. Yeah, it needs it needs something to settle it down again. Knight of Wands, a really big, it's going to release some steam. Ace of Wands, there's energy here, build up of energy. This is like a big head of steam. I love this. Look at this, the big head. like big head of steam with the Knight of Wands, with the energy, and Temperance. So it needs to release some steam to get its balance back. So yeah, do not be surprised if there's activity from there within the next couple of years. Well, mammoth blow, geez, I don't know. Mammoth crater. Hi, Teresa Baltazar. The Fool. Amato. A loco. A new phase. Is Mammoth still active? Six of Swords, difficult journey. Four of Swords. Rest. No, I don't think so. I think it's a monster volcano. Isn't there a monster volcano? Yeah. Might be some rumblings, but I don't think it's going to blow. Sightings about what? Kathleen J. Lightworker, are they in, Katie? What, UFOs or what? Because I have to look at the cards and stuff, I can often miss questions. So UFOs, okay. Going to have to be careful about Dino in 2022. You know your candidates. Yes, very much so. Yeah. UFOs. What's the latest with UFOs? What's a good card for all things mysterious? Ookie dookie spooky. Edgy question, an edgy deck for an edgy question. What about there are more UFO sightings because more people are seeing them, or is it actually more activity? People aren't as reluctant to say more. More people are talking. Explorers, the six, the lovers, keeping them things between themselves. Nine of submersibles, hidden. I think it's not that they haven't been here. There's been more activity, more but people are more apt to admit that they've seen something than they were like years ago. 9 of submersibles. I think a lot of them have been underwater. Ace of engines. New energy around them. Established doctrine. I think it's because people aren't so caught up in the established doctrine that if you report something, everyone will think you're crazy. So more people are speaking up than used to. Submersibles, the comet. New direction. There's new energy about it. They're sort of like releasing their anxiety about it. But this spirit gauge, temperance, 9 of Leviathans. Okay, people still don't want to admit that we might not be the only ones who have autonomy, or we might not be the only autonomous species on any planet anywhere. Autonomous is that we have control of pretty much most things around us. The dominant species. But more people are looking to the stars for new direction. So thinking we need more help and stuff. 6 of submersibles. 6 of cups, looking back. I think there's just a shift in the way we think. So I don't know if I don't think there's any more activity than there always has been, but we're freeing ourselves from the way the cyborg here is the devil, with the doctrine of, you can't say something about it because people have, as a society, there's more and more of a shift towards a more spiritual, not religious society, but more open spiritually and more to some things than we are to others, and more open ideas. And that the idea that if we become the dominant and autonomous species on a planet, then why couldn't other people do it in other places in the stars? And why couldn't they have visited us and remained hidden? So there's more an opening up of the belief in all this. And people are often just thinking back about odd things they've seen. Yes, more talk. People are more open to talking about it, not so much more activity. Do I believe in UFOs? Yes, I do. Would they be extraterrestrial? Yes, I do think that there are some, but there are also some that are from here, but have chosen to stay hidden, if you know what I mean. Can I read on cockroaches? triumph, the 7, motivation, increased momentum, we're going out into the world, into the universe more and more. It's taking time, but it's getting there, and there's going to be an increase in momentum. But at the moment, we're still like lost little orphans down here on our planet. 5 of engines. We're still not ready. So 5 of engines, this conflict within ourselves and our ability to so easily put people out in the cold. I feel like there's stuff being held back from us because of this, and you know, they're not going to let us. Regeneration machine. We have to wake up to a few more things and learn a few more lessons yet before we get to really go and explore as we could be capable of. The suspension tank, which of course is the hangman. We're sort of being held in limbo, but for a reason. The 7 of engines, 7 of wands, this far and no further until we learn a bit more. I always get that same general thing about it, but until we learn a bit more. 3 of submersibles. We have been getting support for some things, support in like benevolent wisdom, but we're still treated, I think, a little bit like some children, naughty children. But we do get assessed every now and then, the 7 of cups. But we still need to be we're still a bit too lost in a fog of conflict and things. Messenger of Leviathans. We're not going to be able to move on until we stop being so disruptive. I have done all 3 of those. Mermaids, dragons and unicorns. Yeah. Look, we're up past the 2 hours now. So look, I'm going to be, I think I'll wrap it up. I'd love to do stories and myths, and have a look at some of those. Not so much the mermaids and the dragons and all that, but some of the the mythic tarot here we've got, with they're based on a lot of stories and stuff, things from the Iliad and other things like that. I'd love to do a stories and myths special, so I think I'll set that up, and we can have a look at that. Yeah. Yeah, so I really would. I think I might set something up about stories in this session. But at the moment, I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Thank you for joining me, as always. And stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay happy and loving. I'll be back Sunday, and we'll do a reading on a few more things there. But it is great, isn't it? Yeah. So the symbolism in the tarot. Yeah. So I will sign off for now. Thanks again for joining me. We'll see you on Sunday, and I'll have a think about when I can do a stories and myths session. Maybe one of the morning ones next week. Maybe Tuesday we might do it in the morning. We'll go through some stories and myths. Anyway, love you all, and bye for now. Bye-bye.